2 Timothy 1 verse 5, NIV. I remember your genuine faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and now, I am convinced, lives also in you. Understanding spiritual investment in this context. While the phrase spiritual investment isn't explicitly stated in 2 Timothy 1 verse 5, the verse powerfully illustrates the concept of spiritual investment, particularly through the lens of intergenerational faith. Here's how. 1. Passing on faith. Paul highlights the genuine faith that resided first in Timothy's grandmother Lois, then in his mother Eunice, and finally in Timothy himself. This isn't a genetic inheritance, it's the result of intentional nurture, teaching, and living out one's faith in front of another. Lois and Eunice invested spiritually in Timothy by 1. Modeling faith. They lived out their faith consistently, providing a tangible example for Timothy to observe and emulate. 2. Teaching and training. Although not explicitly stated in this verse, the broader context of Timothy's upbringing, e.g., 2 Timothy 3 verse 15, from infancy you have known the Holy Scriptures, suggests they taught him the truths of God's Word. 3. Creating a godly environment. They likely fostered an environment where faith was valued, discussed, and practiced. 4. Prayer. It's reasonable to assume they prayed for Timothy's spiritual development. The fruit of investment, Timothy's genuine faith, is the direct return on this spiritual investment. The efforts of Lois and Eunice bore fruit in Timothy's life, enabling him to become a trusted co-worker with Paul and a leader in the early church. Long-term impact. Spiritual investment, as seen here, isn't about quick returns. It's a long-term commitment that has ripple effects across generations. The faith that started with Lois continued through Eunice and into Timothy, impacting countless others through his ministry. Broader principles of spiritual investment. Beyond this specific verse, 2 Timothy 1 verse 5 serves as a foundational example for broader principles of spiritual investment. Discipleship, investing in others by teaching, mentoring, and guiding them in their faith journey. Generational impact, recognizing the responsibility to pass on spiritual truths and values to the next generation. Stewardship of faith, actively nurturing and growing one's own faith so it can be shared with others. Patience and persistence. Spiritual growth often takes time and consistent effort. Relying on God's grace. Ultimately, it is God who grants growth, but our efforts in investing are a vital part of His plan. In essence, 2 Timothy 1 verse 5 reminds us that faith is not just a personal possession but a legacy to be actively cultivated and generously shared, yielding spiritual returns that can extend far beyond our own lifetime.